All right, Kevin McCloskey with O-Line Sports coming to you with Stable Talk. As always, my co-host here, Billy Woodward. Special guest tonight, General Mike Scaparrotti. Mike spoke to the team earlier tonight, gave me a little pep talk, and joined us at the game. Mike, I'll start with you. What are your general impressions coming to your first Southwest Onslow game?
Well, listen, I like what the boys showed. They had a tough game. They've got some challenges, but they kept playing throughout this game. And tonight they showed some good offense on the outside on those runs to the flanks, and the defense in particular. 2 or 3 times down here in the red zone, they held them through a fourth quarter and took the ball back over. Yeah. That means they're in the game. They're playing.
Yeah, and Billy, we've been to most or all the games this year, and this is Mike's first one. I got to say, if anybody just looks at the final score, they're not going to get the whole picture tonight. The final score was 50-14.
Right.
The game was much closer than that. I know it's a cliche. Pender pulled away at the end with some late TDs. Maybe they should have taken a knee, in my opinion, late in the game. But be that as it may, the Stallions played extremely well for the vast majority of this game and showed a lot of heart. This is room for optimism.
2 things that I take away from it that are both positive tonight. One, the swarming to the ball of the defense.
You noted that, yeah.
They were really swarming to the ball tonight. Second thing, the Stallions didn't have 100 yards in penalties tonight. One of the first games this year that they didn't have 100 yards or better. And that's a tradition at Southwest. They will have 100 yards in penalties or more, and they did not tonight. They were more disciplined than what they did.
Yeah. I made a note of some guys that stood out, and Billy, you'll know these guys' names, and Mike, you might not know their names, but you can remember they're playing. One of them you're just talking to on the sidelines. There's 4 guys that really stood out to me. On defense, Trenton Scribner played an outstanding game, number 57. You just talked to him. Yep. What did you talk to him about?
Well, I just told him he played quite a good game. He was doing his job out there on the flank, and he was closing it when they were coming around. And actually, if you watched for a good bit of this, many of those runs, they tried to turn the flank on him. The corner and the ends were actually taking them clear to the outside. They were unfortunately missing some tackles.
Yeah. Okay, so in addition to that, another guy that stood out to me is number 75, Price Corbett. Now, Price, he has finally exerted himself and made a presence on both sides of the ball. He made one play in particular late in the third quarter when the Stallions were still in this, where he literally did a souffle on the Pender player and just slammed him to the ground on third down and set the stage for the Stallions to get a touchdown on the next drive and pull fairly close at that time. What do you think about good old Price?
I think he's going to finally come around in these last games, and hopefully he'll keep us going, and others will take heart with what he's done in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and then on the offensive side, and then Mike, we talked about the quarterback, Davion Cephas, played a good game tonight. You know, he's I'll be honest with you, his passing is okay. He could use some work there, but tonight he played an excellent game of ball management, a term you usually use in basketball. But as a quarterback tonight, he was very deceptive. He scored on a 66-yard run that fooled me in pulling the ball in and out. And I just thought he played a great game.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I did.
Okay,
he fooled me as well.
Yeah, and the other one was Tom Bolton. Tom, number 22, came in and provided a spark. He does, in my opinion, his best job when he gets in that wildcat formation as a runner. He played quarterback a few times, but throwing the ball. But he's a runner, and he provides a spark.
Ton's going to be the future of this football team, turning around and coming back around. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, we've been around this team since 4 o'clock this afternoon, and something's changed since last week. Mike, you weren't here. The East Duplin game was a low point of the season, but they've rebounded tonight. They had a much better attitude. Players and coaches were just maybe in sync tonight, and they seemed to be like they were picking each other up rather than putting each other down. And I think it's a room for optimism. I really do.
Absolutely. I think we had, the Trash next week down there, and maybe we can get a few breaks here and there, and the positive attitude continue. We'll see win number 1.
Yeah. One thing, I mentioned this to Mike after the game. I did walk over to the post-game huddle right at the very end of it, and Coach Garvey was talking to the team, and he was very emotional. He was basically in tears, telling them, he's asking, like, what can I do better? What I want to do, be a better coach. I want to do the best I can. I want to win. I want to win for you guys, and telling them and promising them that win is going to come. And I think it might come very soon. I really do. Mike, thank you for coming tonight. You're very inspirational. I know the kids did. I saw multiple kids coming up, shaking your hand, thanking you for being here. So we're glad you're here. All right, thank you. All right, well, any final comments, Billy? All right, well, thanks for everything. We'll see you all next week.